West Ham welcome Nottingham Forest to the London Stadium tomorrow in the first edition of the Super Sunday, and both sides will be looking to pick up points. That is for sure. West Ham, in not a very good run of form in the Premier League, will be looking to bounce back to winning ways against a Forest side that, beat Aston Villa convincingly at home last weekend, 2-0. I'm delighted to say I've got a Nottingham Forest fan joining me to give some insight on the Forest. Rich, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, not bad at all. So give us a bit of an overview of Nottingham Forest's season so far. How's it gone?
It's going quite well, I think. Definite improvement on last season, which is what you're looking for. Good signings, quite happy with the signings. Can actually be disappointed with some of the results, I think, in the last sort of half dozen games where we probably should have won a couple more than we have. But yeah, going all right. Good performance last week. I was there. It was Villa didn't really cause us too many problems despite their possession, but we both know one game's not the same as the next, is it? We'll see.
I think the main factor that people are sort of putting on Nottingham Forest is a very good side at home, and it's a difficult place to go, the City Ground. But away from home, would it be fair to say that's where Forest have struggled?
I think so, and we've had 4 pretty tough away games this season. I think it's 4 out of the top 5 teams we've played away. But better performances than the equivalent fixtures last season. But I just think we need to be a little bit more positive away from home rather than trying to defend on our box and let the other team have the ball quite so much.
Yeah, and of course, having said that, you beat Nottingham Forest. You beat Chelsea, which in this day and age isn't.
No, at the time, I think that was we met them at the right time. I think, to be honest. Yeah, definitely.
So it seems a little bit sort of like last year, at the start, last summer you're coming up and all of the signings were made. And do you feel like now there's a more settled squad and effectively team that Steve Cooper's sort of established there now?
Yeah, definitely. I think, we still brought in, I think maybe 10, 11 players this season. But I think the last few games, he's instead of, we could never name the midfield last season. We didn't know which 3 were going to turn up. Now it's pretty much nailed on. The back 4 is almost nailed on. We're just lacking a little bit up front, really. We sold Brennan, brought in Alanga and Hudson-Odoi, but that's all we've got, really.
Right. Yeah. So do you think if there's any area that Steve Cooper will be looking to add to in January, would it be up front?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. Chris Wood. If you spoke to any Forest fan, I don't think he would have been first choice as a signing. But he's done okay. He's done okay when he's come in, but he doesn't really suit the way Steve Cooper wants us to play. I don't think he's a bit static. And I think we're looking just to hit on the break quite regularly, and he doesn't have that sort of explosive pace to keep up with everybody else.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, just looking at the signings you've made over the last couple of years, Anthony Alanga was one that interested me this summer. And how has he fared so far? So obviously moving away from Manchester United seemed a little bit like, okay. How has he gone?
Hit and miss, really. He's not been very consistent. You can see that he's potentially a very good Premier League player. And hopefully now he'll get more game time and he'll improve.
Yeah, I hope so. Well, not tomorrow, of course. But in terms of West Ham, what have you made of West Ham so far this season?
Well, I thought initially you were looking really, really good. And I said when Southampton got relegated that we should have been going in for Ward-Prowse. I think he was a bit pricey for us. But I think you've got, I know you've lost Declan Rice, but I think you've got a better team now, in all fairness. I don't know what you think about that, but from the outside looking in, I think you seem to have, a better team all round in general.
I think the key word there you used was initially, and you're bang on. To be honest with you, it's it started off all rosy and all nice, and we've petered off into some pretty poor form, to be honest with you. Losing to Everton at home should be something that we shouldn't be doing, and we have done. And all of a sudden this game now we've lost four out of our last five in the Premier League, and that other one was a draw. So we've really hit a sort of dodgy bit of form in the Premier League, and this is a game where, again, as it was last year when you came to the London Stadium, we sort of came to a crossroads where it's crunch time with the manager. Of course, we managed to get over the line. Astonishingly, the only 2 goals that Danny Ings has scored for West Ham was against Nottingham Forest. Don't expect any more tomorrow. Expect booze if he comes on the pitch, is what I will say.
No, really? Right. Yeah, I think we've all got players like that, I think, to be honest.
Unfortunately, we do. Yeah, Ward-Prowse has been interesting. He started off brilliantly, and he's just, again, like a lot of players, sort of disappeared in recent weeks, and we need to get him back to that form. And I suppose that's probably similar with some, Forest players as well. It's just inconsistency seems to be the issue.
Yeah. I was going to. It's interesting looking at West Ham, because I know last season, as there is most seasons, the sort of split opinion on Dave Moyes. Do you think that he's getting the best out of? Do you think he's the man to get the best out of what you've got? Do you think you could be playing a lot better football if there was someone else at the helm?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. He is not. He's not getting a bit. That's the best squad of players that I think most West Ham fans have ever seen, to be honest with you. There's immense quality in that squad. Kudus that we brought in from Ajax has been absolutely exceptional. Some of the goals he scored and just the impact that he has been brilliant. A couple of the midfielders we brought in as well have been very good. Alvarez from Ajax as well has been really good. With those squad of players then, with Jarrod Bowen, who will become West Ham's record Premier League goal scorer soon enough, he's not getting the best out of that. And I think if you ask a lot of West Ham fans, they'll say the same thing, as that Moyes has taken us as far as he could. And for the majority of last season, a lot of us wanted him to go, and then he sort of bought himself the time with the Conference League win last year, which, hats off to him, was absolutely brilliant. But again, we had a good run at the start of the season, but when you're playing the style of football that we're playing, which is let's put man behind the ball, give the other team 80% possession and do them on the counter attack. That's all right when you're winning, but when you stop winning, that's when the issue comes, and we have that issue with us now. So I think Moyes has taken us as far as he can, and I'm a little bit dubious tomorrow, because I reckon Steve Cooper's probably going to try and do what we try and do to sides. Would you expect? Would you expect him to probably do and sit back and give us the ball and try and do us on the counter attack, which we do not do well against?
I think so. It depends. I did think we might cancel each other out and all sit in sit in our own half of the own game for the whole game. But it depends. I mean, if we set up like we did at Villa, we were doing that, but we were higher up the pitch.
Right.
So as soon as we got the ball, you had less distance to cover, which I think has been one of the criticisms of Steve Cooper. We've just been sitting on the edge of our own box. It depends whether he sees West Ham away as much as a threat as we do going to Liverpool or Man City.
Right.
Possibly not, but he's not really moved away from his away tactics. That we've always said there's one team for home, one team for away. The only game that I really saw recently where we were a bit more progressive was the Palace away. So maybe now they're all bedded in a bit better or a bit stronger in midfield. He might push up a bit higher, but I'm not sure.
In sort of recent weeks, pushing up higher as a defensive line has been completely reimagined, of course, after what Ange Postecoglou did with Spurs last Monday.
I think that's why they were so successful against Villa, because their defensive line was 2 yards in their own half the whole pitch, the whole game. Sorry. And whenever we pinched it, we were in. In reality, we probably could have been 2 or 3 up at half time if we'd have been slightly better quality on the ball. But I don't think he'll be quite so high up tomorrow. To be honest, I think it'll be very steady to start with and see what happens.
Yeah, I've got no idea why Sky have thought putting this game on TV as the Super Sunday game is a good idea, because I think we could both come to the agreement that probably both sides will cancel each other out, will sit in
Yeah,
each other's half and try and counter attack each other, which is what happened when Sheffield United came to our place, and it was a really tough watch, to be honest with you. And
yeah.
I'm expecting the same sort of thing tomorrow.
I think Steve Cooper seems quite happy to concede possession. I think. I mean, like we were home the weekend against Villa. I think they had something like 70%. So we'll see. We'll see. Just nice that they're on. Are you going up to it?
We're not. No, we're not.
You're not.
Taking the weekend off because I can see the way it's going to go.
Oh, right.
1-0, 1-0 either way.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be, or a steady 0-0.
Yeah. To be fair, would you take a point if I give it to you now?
I think away from home, yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I think we'd rather if we were playing you at our place, I'd want us to have a go, because I think you know, like you said, you're in a poor run of form, but then bad runs of form have always got to come to an end sometime.
Yeah.
We're in quite a good run of form, but we're not winning as many games as we should. You know, we're not getting beaten, but we're not winning.
Yeah, it's just trying to convert those draws into wins to get yourself from that position you're in now, and all of a sudden you're up near middle of the table a bit more. Let's see, we've got joining us Lone Star Londoner. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Bournemouth are winning 2-0 now. They're having a great old early evening down on the south coast. Newcastle, the European hangover is hitting them, as I thought it would. Whether that's fortunate or unfortunate, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, Rich, let's have a prediction. What are you thinking?
I'd go for a 1-1. Yeah. If I'm honest. You know, I don't think there's going to be. I don't know. It's football's funny, isn't it? You know, that's why we love it. You just don't know. But I don't think it's going to be an exciting game, to be honest.
No. Oh, no.
Does Moyes play the same way at home as he does away then, or does he?
Pretty much.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It doesn't really change. What will happen to us? We'll be forced. I think that we'll be forced to have the ball a bit more. So
yeah.
You know, obviously we can't both have 20% possession. We can't just leave the ball in the centre circle and just sit in our own half, because that's not going to happen. So
no.
So I'd expect us to take the majority of the possession. We won't do much with it, I can tell you that. And I just hope we can grind out a win. It's not going to be pretty, I don't think. And I do think, hopefully, from my perspective, just that bit of quality from maybe Kudus or Bowen can get us over the line. You know, it's Kudus and Bowen have been the two players keeping us afloat at the moment, scoring the goals every week. And the people with they're the people with the most confidence in this team at the moment. Otherwise, the confidence levels are pretty much on the floor. So if I was a Forest fan, I'd be coming down, with some confidence. If you score early, that could be curtains, because we don't look like a side that are going to come back into the game and turn things around at this moment in time. But yeah, I think, listen, any result, a win, a win, a loss, or a draw, I can see either. I'm going to go for a 1-0 West Ham, dodgy, scrappy, goal from a corner, a big head from somebody, because there ain't going to be too much quality in it. So I'm going to go 1-0 West Ham. I think a draw is probably a fair assessment before the game, taking into consideration our form. And I think Nottingham Forest should come down with a bit of confidence, because I do think, and it hurts me to say it, I do think they can get something out of this. Lone Star Londoner says 2-2. Dad's going for a 2-1. So yeah, Desmond says Lone Star. I'll tell you what, I want to know how you think there's going to be 4 goals in this game. If there's 4 goals in this game, I'll be absolutely astounded. But no, we will see. Rich, some final thoughts?
After watching this at Villa last week, I'm quite looking forward to watching it. I think we're a lot more solid than we have been. We've got, with Alanga and Gibbs White and Awoniyi, we've got some real pace on the counter attack.
Yeah.
And Awoniyi's he's a handful, and hopefully he'll put one in with his knee again, and we'll get the win. But I'll take a draw now. But you're always looking for the win, aren't you? Wherever you play and whoever you play.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Was it Awuni that put it in last year with his knee? Was that your reference there?
Yeah, when you played us at our place, you weren't very happy about it. But...
No. I've shut my eyes and I'm literally right in line with it, and I can see it just rebounding off of his knee and just trickling into that corner. I can shut my eyes, I can see it right now. It's like 36 million degrees that day, and I can just see it. But no, that's gone now. That's gone. Rich, thank you very much indeed. Good luck for the rest of the season after tomorrow. Of course, I hope we stuff you. It won't happen, but I hope
I predicted a win last time, and you stuffed us 4-0 or 4-1, was it? So
it was 4-0, yeah. But I'll be incredibly surprised if that happens again. But to be fair, I probably said that last time. But yeah, Rich, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Thank you very much. Thanks everybody for watching. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to West Ham Official if you're new. Until the next one from me, come on you irons, and I will see you soon right here on West Ham Official. Thank you very much, and bye bye.